Alright, let's keep speaking to Mr. Minas. That was about 4:30. We all left about the same time, which is I think was about 5 o'clock. I think someone came right back and looked at the quiz. I'm not really sure what time we left, though. If it turns out that no one else looked at it, then it must have been me after all. Let's look at this. On the screen you can see the directory of Mr. Minus's computer files. The one for the math quiz is marked with today's date and a time of 5:21 p.m. Wow, that was helpful. We have lots of places to go to. Let's go to where I think the blame is. Mark Moriarty's fort. Mark is good friends with Dave Grant, so maybe he knows where Dave went after school yesterday. Hey, there's Dave himself. Self. Hey, you guys are wasting your time if you think Dave messed with the computer. I met Dave last night, right after he left school, and we didn't do anything but eat pig liver pizza. That's ham, sausage, and Canadian bacon, you know. No, I didn't know, but now I do. Dave, what do you know about Mr. Minus's computer and the password? Well, I guess you heard that he told Cheryl Hayne the password right out loud. Troy Nugent and I were standing right there. We both heard what it was. Then we all left the school. I ran into Alex Hayne outside. He must have come looking for his sister. I told him about Mr. Minus had just blurted out the password to Cheryl, and what it was. I told Mark about it too when we met for pizza. I didn't tell anyone else. I figured Mr. Minus didn't care if everyone knew the password was Marathon. I didn't think it was such a big deal. All of us who know the password are getting A's in math anyway, except for Cheryl, maybe. I never fooled around with the computer. I don't know. I don't think that either of you two are A students in math. You may be getting A's in the next quiz because of cheating, but I don't know. Let's see what's happening at Pizza Palace. I see Cheryl Hayne and Mr. French looking at his open hand again. I wonder if he's trying to read his future. There's Cheryl Hayne. She's one of our suspects. She's talking with Mr. French. No, she's not. She's standing way behind him. Let's see where she went yesterday after she left the school. Hi, Resulka. Hi, Jennifer. Can we talk about this quietly? My brother Alex told me what happened, and that Mr. Minus was going to put you on the case. I'm just really embarrassed to, be questioned by detectives. Sure, Cheryl. We're just trying to help Mr. Minus find out what happened. And, we're not real detectives, Cheryl. I just asked him for a list of homework I missed last week, and he was in a hurry, so he just told me the computer password and asked me to print it out myself. I didn't tell anyone else about it, but Dave Grant and Troy Nugent were both there in the room and heard it. I've not actually met Troy Nugent, so maybe he could be, who knows. After that, we all left school. I went to Sweet Treats looking for Alex. He was supposed to meet me there, but he never showed up. Later I found out he went to see a movie. He's so irresponsible. I waited almost an hour. You can ask Mandy Lipper. That's curious. Yes. Mr. Nugent, did you see Troy Nugent? I've gone English. Troy, have you seen Troy Nugent, Dave Grant, or Alex, or Cheryl Hayne here last night? Dave Grant came here on his way home from school. He says math makes him hungry. Let's see, right about 5:15, because Danny, our daytime cook, was just on his way out. Mark Moriarty came in a few minutes later, and the two of them demolished an extra-large pig lover's pizza. That's a lot of pizza to eat at one time. Thanks, Mr. French. Oh my God, so it's not Mark Moriarty. Or Dave Grant. Well, it could be Alex Hayne, because I think it possibly could be Alex Hayne, because, it would take longer than an hour to watch a movie. And apparently Dave Grant and Mark saw him. Let's have a look at the Egyptian. Oh my God. Well, it's Danny the cook, but at least I think it's Danny the cook, but he looks really weird with that bucket and Nicola Hambo's at work for once. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Danny. Did either of you... Oh, I've gone Australian now. My God, Jennifer, what's wrong with your accent today? Hello, Nicola. Hey, Danny. Did either of you see Troy Nugent, Dave Grant, or Alex or Cheryl Hayne last night? No response. Let's see what's on. The movie showtimes are spelled out on the board. The board reads, Parapet of Horror, 3 o'clock, 7:10. Fugitives from Space, 5:10. Coming soon. Harry Eyeballs, starring Kiefer Erkland. Okay. Erkland. Hello, Nicola. Nicola. I really hope that Cheryl's not in trouble. We need her in our softball team. Well, let me see. I was working here at the Egyptian last night selling tickets, and I remember I did see Alex Hayne. He came over from the school in the street. He was a big hurry and all to himself. He bought a ticket to Fugitives from Space right before the movie started at 5:10. Then I went to start at the projector. Oh, so it's not Alex Hayne. Troy Nugent, then. I saw Dave Grant last night at the Pizza Palace. He and Mark offered to split their pizza with me, but I had to hurry because I was late for the movie. It was a big relief to me when I got here and found the film had broken partway through the first reel. They had to cancel last night's showing. That's why I'm out here. The theater is giving out free tickets to everyone who missed Fugitives from Space last night. I was really looking forward to seeing it. Ah. Okay. Alex Hayne, you're back on the books. Let's go to Sweet Treats. I think this is probably the first case that we've had that we can't actually say at the beginning who did it. Just because, like, obviously Dave Grant's been taken out just because, well, he's got alibi, a good alibi. Hello, Mrs. Lipper. We were wondering if Troy Nugent, Dave Grant, or Cheryl or Alex Hayne were in here last night. Why, yes, Cheryl Hayne was here last night. She was waiting for her brother and complained the whole time. Alex sure got onto his sister's bad side last night. What time was Cheryl here? And why was Alex on his sister's bad side? Although we already know why. She left right at 6 o'clock after waiting a whole hour. She was pretty upset that he stood her up. He told her that he'd be here and then he didn't come. Cheryl and Alex are so competitive anyway, trying to see who can be better at school. From what I hear, Alex got all A's last semester. You know, I think that's kind of odd that there's two sets of twins at in this one town. Because you've got Jake and Jennifer, and then you've got Cheryl and Alex. And I assume that they're twins because they're in the same grade. But I don't know. I don't know if that's too much of an assumption. But anyway. Yikes! It smells like something in here's been on the burner too long. Sometime Troy Nugent works for Professor Crank. Maybe we can find out where he was last night. Hello, Professor Crank. We were wondering if you saw Troy Nugent last night. Oh, yes. Troy works here on and off. He tends my computer, you know. He came in here last night. I don't know exactly when. You can check the time clock. Troy always punches it in and out. Now I must get back to my work. Professor Crank's time clock prints out a digital portrait of a person along with the time. The printout for yesterday is on the top. Yesterday's time shows Troy's face and a clock that reads 15:18. It shows his face at 19:09. Ah, Troy is now off the Troy's off the books, so it must be Alex Hayne. To turn a 24-hour clock into regular time, we subtract 12 from any number, and that's bigger than 12, and that's the time in the afternoon or evening. 17:18 to minus 12 is 5:18 p.m. when Troy came in, and 19:09 means he left at 7:09 p.m. Thank you, Jennifer. I would never have worked that out. Anyway, we're at the end of our 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut the video and we're going to come back and solve our case. Yay!